Other interesting political news, you have the Secret Service broke into a hair salon during the Kamala event and covered up the cameras and apparently left the business unlocked. So they continue to be completely unethical, as well as, well, just overall terrible. I don't think we should be too surprised, though. Again, it's the Secret Service who allowed Donald Trump to be shot. Because they can never forget, the head of the Secret Service, that gal, the former PepsiCo leader, she said they didn't have a counter sniper on the roof because of the slope of the roof. Which is again, also one of the funniest things is the other counter snipers, the roofs, the slopes are greater on those roofs. Again, that was the worst excuse in history, and yet she's allowed to, not be prosecuted. She just quit. Ridiculous. Now, this comes to us on X Twitter, and it comes to us specifically from End Wokeness, which she says, quote, Secret Service broke into a Massachusetts hair salon during a Kamala event. They covered the cameras with duct tape and broke inside to use the bathroom. Let other attendees use the bathroom and took candies off the desk. They reportedly left the store unlocked and left the tape on for the rest of the day. That's when you know someone has absolutely no morals or values. Not only do they break into a business, but they take the free candy, which is really just complimentary if you're a client. Ridiculous. I was going to say, oh, it's obviously worse than the unethical people who just go to Starbucks just to use that place as an office or sit down and don't actually buy a product or just go in there to use the bathroom. Common courtesy. If you're going to use a business establishment, again, they've got overhead up the wazoo, especially brick and mortar these days. Be respectful, actually, do the right thing. Now here you can see I was going to say, your average Secret Service representative, it's a gal, and again, is a screenshot of her trying to cover, and they do cover up the camera. Another sure sign of you're not doing the right thing, you're covering up cameras. Yeah. Here you can see a little video here. Oh, make that a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, Business Insider actually blurred their faces, so you can't see the criminals, unfortunately. Ridiculous. Or I guess you have to say alleged criminals. There you see one of the cows, Secret Service agents walking around. And there you can see, because again, they hire short, inept Secret Service agents. Remember, never forget, one of the reasons Donald Trump was so vulnerable after he got shot, they tried to cover him up. One of the gals was too short. One gal was brave. She actually got it from Trump, but she was too short to cover him. Just, again, how we got that kind of picture. But for certain jobs, you have to have height requirement. I couldn't do it. I wish I was. You know what? Those were not part of the cards I was dealt in life. And here you can see she's picking up one of those wicker chairs, which probably pretty reinforced. So he's putting the chair down. He's standing up. Magic of tape. Jesus, why break your business? Now you can see they're inside the store. Two ladies stealing the candies. And they've had a couple of candies if you're just tuning in on the audio. Well, you're probably glad you can't see these villains. Yeah. Disgusting. Well, not surprising these days, let's be honest. But thankfully, we do have a picture of one of them. So if you know who that is, let us know in the comments if you've ever seen her before. No, knowing the Secret Service these days, she won't be fired. She'll actually just be reassigned somewhere else. Never forget, after Donald Trump was shot, no one was fired. The head of the Secret Service, voluntarily, she just resigned. No one was fired? They're just reassigned. The perfect example of government ineptitudes. Of all the jobs where you should be fired for your ineptitudes, like having the former president shot, you have one job in life and you failed epically. It's ridiculous. A perfect example of how the public sector works. Absolutely garbage. Now, this one pretty well got 8.1 million views as well as 66,000 likes. Now, one of the first responses, again, she actually responded herself. Let us TikTok say, quote, Business Insider blurred the face of the Secret Service agent who covered the camera in the video. Anyone familiar with this know her? Is it up close of her? Ooh. And of course, Lipstick says, quote, the Secret Service is attempting to walk back the admission that they were involved. Yeah. Having it on camera doesn't help. Cash Loren says, will there be any accountability for breaking the law? Yeah, 3.1 thousand likes. And no, of course not. With this government these days, no. If anything, she'll get a raise for this. The gal she'll get a raise for being brave and stepping on a chair and putting that tape up there. Which is incidentally probably more exercise that she's gotten in the past couple of months combined. But nevertheless, Old School Eddie says, how can this be? The government cannot be allowed to do and take what they want. Getting 3.5 thousand likes. Yep, but they kind of do, unfortunately. One of the specific reasons we didn't like the British back in the day is because they would put soldiers into civilians' homes without compensation or a notification or anything like that. They just commandeered and took over. Known as tyranny, or modern America. You also have Jimmy saying, our government is out of control. Who thinks they have the right to do this? And why tape up the camera? Getting 2.8 thousand likes. Planet of Memes, though they did not respond in meme form. It's usually about a 50-50 shot with that account. This alleged Planet of Memes says, quote, people should be fined and arrested over this, getting 9.5 thousand likes. I thought I could make it 9.6. Nevertheless, Libs TikTok responded saying agreed. Planet of Memes also says, is this how the Secret Service conducts itself? Very easy to see how things went horribly wrong in Butler, Pennsylvania, getting 8.4 thousand likes. Libs TikTok responded saying DEI Secret Service, getting 5.7 thousand likes. You never forget the head of the Secret Service, that was their whole emphasis on the recruiting. Not qualifications or aptitudes or your resume of, a long, successful career. No, it's yeah, we want to have 30% of them to be women, and then they want to increase to 50%. Which inevitably mean you will not get the best candidates if you're limiting people right off the bat just based on their gender. On the best results, you take every single resume. Yeah, that's not what they did. Red Ray Press says, what is going on with the Secret Service and what were they hiding? Getting 2,000 likes. Paul Zupa says, so when do the Secret Service agents get indicted? Getting 309 likes. It's sad that it is actually comical when we think of government accountability, where, I mean, yeah, these gals, they should be put in prison. They should be put in front of a court immediately so they can be prosecuted for breaking and entering into a business. And stealing. Those candies are not cheap anymore these days. Inflation is hurting everyone. And yet they broke in, and then they left the business unlocked, and they covered up the camera. Like, I mean, you try doing that as a citizen, you'd be arrested in a New York minute if you're in a state like Texas. In California, they wouldn't do anything. But in most states with sensibility, you'd be prosecuted. Run Done Libs says, quote, also the Secret Service, and says, it's a little meme, it says, we investigated ourselves and clear ourselves of any wrongdoing. Getting 2,000 likes, and yeah, that's sad but true. Halty Goat says, how disgusting and unprofessional has the alien agency become? Getting 2.5 thousand likes. To here. Base Electrician says, we can do whatever we want because we are the government, unquote. The exact opposite of the values that the country was founded on. Correct, getting 1.5 thousand likes. Don't Call Me Shirley, good account name, good throwback to The Airplane, one of the best movies in comedy. Said, quote, whoever this person is exactly what's wrong with the United States Secret Service and every federal agency, entitled, liberal, and corrupt. Getting 3,000 likes. Also, she's not very, well, I was going to say she's not very smart. Obviously, we know that. She walked up to a camera and then put a post-it or a tape on it. Like, the camera's going to catch you. One of the few good instances of perhaps having a cloud-based camera solution. Because again, if this just went only to a VCR in the back, like they did back in the day, the Secret Service would just take the VCR or tape and they'd throw it in the dustbin, as the British would say, or like we would say, would just, throw it in the trash. They got 3,000 likes. Species X says, I'm glad her face is exposed here. Business Insider hit her face, getting 233 likes. Kevin Smith says, good thing there wasn't a sloped roof, getting 924 likes. Here. So, yeah, will there be any accountability? I mean, if there is, I'll be very surprised. Who knows? Maybe by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, she'll already be fired for breaking into someone's house and stealing. I mean, probably not, but maybe. I mean, let me know in the comments. What do you think the odds are? Has it happened already, maybe? Let me know what your thoughts. As always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, giving me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.